Well, hello everybody, and I've got a very simple DIY project that I'm tackling today. So I am always having golf equipment in the back of the car, and I want it to be organized, so I'm building myself a little shelf unit right back here, right behind the back seats, that can hold a lot of my training aids and things. So let me give you a little close-up here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I want a unit that goes from this wheel well over to this wheel well and comes up about as high as just underneath the back of the seat. And this, it can hold training aids, golf shoes, all of that stuff. And I want it to come out about 8 inches. So a very simple project, and let's go into the garage and let's get it done. Well, if you're a returning viewer to my channel, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, welcome to you as well. My name's Briz, and I just love to do projects around the house, little DIYers, and put them out on YouTube and see if they can help somebody else, because goodness gracious, I watch YouTube all the time to figure out how to do things. Now, if you are new here, you're going to find out that I love to use scrap wood to build little projects. I like to use pallet wood, probably because I'm cheap. Okay, and a lot of these little projects don't require real fine wood. As I said earlier in the video, I'm a golf instructor, so I get pallets at the golf course all the time, and so I kind of have an unlimited supply of pallets. So if I can, I use pallet wood. Well, if you saw my baby changing table that I made, that video, this project is going to be built off of leftovers from that project. And these are the ripped off pieces of a piece of pallet wood. I had these 3/4 inch pieces of pallet wood, and these are the remnants. And I had 5 or 6 pieces left over that, again, I don't ever throw anything out because you never know when you're going to use it. And so this is what I'm using to build this little shelf unit. So I've already cut them to length. Matter of fact, I didn't even use a power saw. I just used my little sharp tooth saw that I have. I didn't feel like getting a power saw out to do this job. So I've got 4 pieces cut at 40 inches long, because that's the width that it can fit in the back of the SUV. I'm not even gonna, this stuff had been rough sanded before. I'm not even gonna fine sand this stuff, because again, it's in the back of the car. I'm not real concerned about what it looks like. I'm gonna spray paint it black so it will blend in. The other pieces that I have is I have 4 16-inch pieces. These are gonna be the legs of the shelving unit. And I've got 4 8-inch pieces that will be the sides. So just a very little simple shelf that I'm getting ready to build. So let's start putting it together. I am going to use a brad nailer with 1-inch brad nails in here just to speed things up, and a little touch of glue, and this shouldn't take me any time at all to put together. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to attach the 40-inch piece to the legs. And I want these legs to not be the fat side facing forward. I want the skinny side facing forward. So I'm going to attach the piece just like that, okay? I've got one little piece of a storage bag that I use for training aids, and I've already measured it. So I'm going to start this first piece at 8 inches up from the bottom. So it's just going to be attached at 8 inches. Again, I'm going to use a little glue on these things. I don't know that the glue is absolutely necessary, but I've got some, so why not? There we go. Way to start making a mess already. Now, I do want to make sure that this cross piece is square, so I am going to use a square to check my square here. And that's pretty good right there. You drive another brad in. That's all I needed to do right there. Now, let me go over to this side, and I'm going to do the same thing. Need a little help here. Holding this up off the ground. There we go. Okay, let me get a little glue. can get this cord tangled up so bad. Okay, let me check my square over here. That looks great. Okay, so I'm going to do that one more time for the other leg, for the back side, or the front, it doesn't matter, and then we'll attach the sides. All right, I got the piece, the cross piece that's 8 inches up, attached to the front and the back. Now I'm going to attach another one right up here at the top, so I have 2 shelves back there. And again, same process, just a tiny bit of glue. I'm going to do both sides at the same time here. Put that down right there. Hit it with a couple brads. You know what? Let me just check and make sure that I'm square again. That was really close. That was awesome there. Okay, fantastic. Now, let me move over to this side and just repeat my process. Okay, so there you go. There's the back or the front, it doesn't matter, of one. Let me do the other one, then I can just attach the sides and put some shelves on there. All right, so I got back and front both done. Now I just want to attach these 8-inch pieces to create the depth of this shelf. And I want these 8-inch pieces attached to the inside of the shelf. I don't want them on the outside here. I want them on the inside, because if I put them on the outside, it's going to make my shelf too long. I've already got these cross pieces cut at the right length to fit into my measurements. So let me put a couple of these on. Again, a little glue. Oops, I think I got a little dark in there on the screen. Okay, there's one. There's 2. Okay, bring this other one in. Set it down just like this. Whoa. Let me get a little glue on here first before I do this. And folks, just like every little project I do, so many of them, things are just done on the fly. You know, no set of plans for this, because, you know, who the heck's going to have a set of plans for a little shelf unit made out of scrap wood for the back of a Chevy Equinox? So it's nice being able to improvise on things and make it to where they fit your needs. Okay, let me get this one in. Okay, come up here on this one, hoping that everything is nice and square. There it is. Now, all right, let me show you how I'm going to finish this little project up. I had some leftover scraps of 1/4-inch plywood. This is birch here. I've got some sandy ply over there. This I think I used for my kitchen cabinet doors that I made. This was the inset pieces. These were the leftovers. Been sitting over there for several years. Never knew what I was going to do with them until now. And then this sandy ply, I'm not sure what that was from, but I've just taken these scraps, and my shelf is 9.5 inches deep from edge to edge, and I just rough cut these pieces at 9.5 inches to sit in here and make a bottom shelf. Now, I don't have enough to go all the way across, and I'm not real concerned about going all the way across because the stuff that I'm going to be putting on here doesn't really need that part of the shelf anyway, but I had the wood, so I thought I would do it. So let me just nail these things together. Okay, I cut all of that plywood with the handsaw again. I didn't feel like breaking out any type of power saw, so just a couple minutes it took me. My picture keeps going dark back there. Sorry about that. The light coming into the garage from the outside may be bothering things. So there's one side. Let me turn it around and get the other side. And again, on this thing, I'm not real concerned about the beauty of this project, again, because, and as I was saying before the air compressor came on, I'm not really concerned about the beauty of this project. Again, it's in the back of my vehicle with my golf equipment on it. I'm going to paint it black, so it's going to blend in anyway. I just want it to be functional. So here's the last pieces. These were some cutoffs, I said, of some sandy ply. One's exactly 48 inches long. The other one is a little bit shorter. These are going to allow me a little overhang on both sides so I get a little bit wider shelf. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to go around, tack these things in around the edges, and this project is done. Well, there you go. Now, I did have to fold one seat down and bring it in so I could get it in here, but it fits nice and snug. Let me get out of the way so you can see. Upper shelf, middle shelf, room underneath for things. My golf bag fits right across here. Now all I got to do is just paint it. And again, it looks a little rough back here, but once I paint it, who cares? It's going to look great. And the great thing about this project, it was free. Well, there you have it. There's the finished product. Nice little shelving unit right in the back of the car. Now that it's painted, you can't even tell that it's in there hardly. And so let's see its functionality. Here's a bag with some of my training aids that I wanted to be able to fit underneath of it. Fits perfectly. Here's a couple of hats. So now my hats won't be all over the place. Here's a pair of golf shoes. It can just fit right in there very easily. So I've got room for all kinds of things. This is the beauty of just being a little bit handy and thinking a little bit when you're doing projects. You know, I came up with this project here, something that I wanted. You know, like I said, I haven't even had this car but barely over a week, and was just thinking about all my golf equipment back here in the back, and remembered my old SUV, how things could just get cluttered. So I was like, you know, be a great idea to have a little shelf back here. And little thinking, little thought process, using up some old scrap wood. There it is. I've got it free. And I used 3/4 of a can of black spray paint that also was in my garage from some other project. Well, if you enjoyed this project and you'd like to see other little projects that you can do around the house, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button for me. Drop a comment. I'd love to see what you think about this. I'm very happy with it, and I'm going to enjoy it. So just remember, if you think about it, you can do it. It's no big deal. This is Briz signing out till next video. Y'all have a great day.